and Liz from 90 Day Fiance are done. Their relationship is freaking over. And if you can't tell, I am freaking happy. Guys, Ed and Liz from 90 Day Fiance, the single life show. Yes, we saw them together. It was so sunshine and rainbows. But we have just discovered exclusively from Liz on her social media that yes, their relationship has come to an end. And it is freaking insane because if you didn't already see in the last episode of 90 Day Fiance, the single life, they didn't break up, but they got into a fight, which I thought was going to lead to their breakup. But then they ended up getting back together. So here is the scoop. Oh, I am so excited. Okay, Liz posted, boom, right there, that on Instagram like a day ago, saying, even though our paths have led us separate ways, you'll always be a great memory with a broken heart. Enjoy the rest of this season. And so I saw that, and she posted that on like Monday, I believe, and 90 Day Fiance, the single life show, comes out on Sunday. So I was trying to connect the dots, and I was like, oh my god. So for sure what happened was on the last episode of 90 Day Fiance, the single life, Ed and Liz, I thought for sure they were going to break up, they were going to end their relationship, and then that is why Liz can now come out on social media and say that yes, me and Ed, we have broken up, we're not together. However, the complete opposite happens. So what happened on 90 Day Fiance, the single life with Ed and Liz, is Ed and Liz went to go meet up with Tiffany, Ed's daughter. If you don't already know, Tiffany, she's older than Liz, so right then and there, awkward. And Liz is just, I don't even know. Liz is cool, but I think she was kind of standoffish. Her and Tiffany, they did not hit it off, but we got to see them meet. It was pretty awkward. I thought it was going to be okay, but we ended up finding out that that same night, Liz and Ed and Tiffany ended up going out having some fun with a couple of Tiffany's friends, and that is when Tiffany and her friends were actually talking about Liz behind her back, but literally, they were like right here. So Liz heard everything. And they were saying, you know, why can't she meet someone her own age and this, that, and the other? And you know what? Me being someone in a similar, not really, but growing up in similar situations as Tiffany, kind of. Yeah, I honestly, I don't blame Tiffany to be uncomfortable. That is uncomfortable. Let's be real, guys. If your parent is dating someone that is your age, that is uncomfortable and weird. So that's all I'm gonna say. But Tiffany was upset. Liz heard that. She got really mad. She was uncomfortable. She thought it was rude, which yes, that was rude, but still, you know what? Tiffany has a point, but either way, she was mad. And then so Ed kept asking Liz, why are you mad? Why are you mad? Why are you mad? Finally, Liz just said, listen, Ed, shut up. She went back to the hotel, she bought herself a ticket, and she left. And it sounds like by the time Ed got back, she was gone. And so when I heard that, I go, oh, okay, they're going to break up. That was the end of their relationship. But then Ed invited Liz over a couple days later. He sat her down. He apologized. He was all Mr. Smooth. The guy's all suave and smooth and cool. And next thing you know, Liz was like, I do care about you. I see a future with you and I want to kind of work this out. And I was like, well, wait a second. So they're back together. So I don't know what really happened. If I had to guess, I think, you know, obviously we can now confirm Liz posted that on social media. Her and Ed are done. The thing I think kind of happened is when Liz came on my channel, she said that she never signed an NDA. I never signed an NDA. I can say whatever I want. She was just kind of saying, you know what? There was so much time, money, and effort going into filming this whole show and everything. I don't want to spoil it for anyone. So she was like, I'm not going to say anything what really went down. She didn't even tell me, but she was just kind of saying, you know what? I never signed anything. But if I had to guess, because, okay, Liz wasn't very popular on social media. She didn't have a lot of followers, but after my interview, and she's probably done others too, she started to kind of get a lot of followers. And I think what happened is she was probably getting hate. People were being rude. People were probably saying you're using Ed for fame and this, that, and the other, and maybe she is, maybe she isn't, I have no idea, but that is when Liz is probably like, I'm sick of this, I'm just gonna come out and say, we're not together, we ended our relationship, just so everyone will just leave me alone. I don't know that's my internal explanation on why she did it, because on the show, Ed, we got to see a sneak peek. Ed was asking her to move in, and I was like, dude, you know, okay, so let's backpedal. So that happened on the show. They were getting back together. In present day, they have clearly broken up, but we got to see in a sneak peek for the next episode. Like I said, Ed and Liz were on a beach. They were hanging out, and then Ed said, "Will you move in with me?" And when I heard that, a couple things went through my head. Number one, if you don't know, first thing, Ed lives in a very small house. It's not a shack. I'm not trying to be rude. He lives in like the most expensive state in the whole world, California. So I'm not trying to, shame the guy or anything, but it's like his house is small, number one. Number two, his mom just moved in. His freaking mom. So not only does he live in an incredibly small house, probably only 2 rooms, now his mom lives there. Number 3, Liz has a daughter. So I am hearing this going, dude, okay, I think he probably only has a 2-bedroom. For sure he only has, I don't believe there's 3 bedrooms in there. I think it's only a 2-bedroom. He has one, the mom has the other. Where was Liz's kid gonna freaking stay on the couch? So how could she move in? It just seems like so fast, so forced, so weird. So maybe that is when Liz heard that, she was just like, oh my God, Ed, no. And because you were trying to move so fast, let's just break up. I don't know, but yeah, it is just like really freaking crazy. But either way, Ed and Liz, they are done. And we're gonna just, I guess, stay tuned to see how it actually ended up, but yes, they are freaking done. But y'all, we are not done with 90 Day Fiance Single Life, because we also got some other pretty good stuff. Starting off real quick with Colt and Vanessa. Basically, Colt, like a couple episodes ago, he took her on this trip to the Bear Mountains, whatever. I went to some place, some beautiful place, and he did this, got her a castle, hotel, all this stupid stuff, and it was amazing. And they were talking about their problems. Basically, the only problem is Vanessa believes that Colt is never going to be happy. And honestly, if you look back at him, there's a very good chance he never will be happy. He is bouncing around from lady to lady. And the funniest thing about Colt, real quick, y'all, is he dates so much more than is shown on 90 Day Fiance. There has been several ladies the past couple years that came out and said, yeah, I was dating Colt. I was dating Colt. And they never got put on 90 Day Fiance. And you're probably wondering, who in their right mind, are these ladies blind maybe? Are they vision? Can they not see right? Because like if you look at Colt, and then if you hear Colt, it's like, what in God's name are you thinking? But either way, I think Vanessa knows a lot more of Colt's real, true dating life, because he didn't just have Larissa and Jess. There was a lot more going on behind the scenes, and so she probably knows more of the truth than we, us viewers, know, and she's concerned, and she's just saying the truth, like, hey, I think you're a great guy, I think you're fun, but I'm worried you're never going to be satisfied. And I kind of can see where she's coming from, but Colt was saying, no. He took her to this romantic spot. They went by the water. She was standing there. He got down on one knee, and he said something so dumb. He was like, what do you say? Will you marry me? And I was just like, dude, Colt, can you be a little bit more romantic? But he asked her to marry him. And we can now basically confirm, not from 90 Day Fiance, but just from everything we have seen on social media, that Colt and Vanessa do in fact get engaged, and they are still together. And how do I know that, you might be asking? Well, Vanessa's basically put it on her social media. Basically, and I've had honestly, kind of a lot of people have DM'd her and messaged her and asked her what is going on, and she's just come out and admitted, me and Colt, we are together. So it's like, yeah, they're together. It is shocking. It is weird. Just the whole thing is just bizarre and crazy, but hey, teach their own. So I guess they're happy, and that's just the end of that. But we are not done, because we got to see Fernanda move to Miami, one of my favorite cities in the whole world that I've never been to. But yeah, she moved to Miami. It looks so fun. She's moving in with this man, which that's a whole story in itself. Basically, she was living in Chicago. She had friends in Chicago. One of her friends, who I think might have been a guy, had another friend who was living in Miami and needed a roommate. Which that right then and there is, oh my God, this is gonna get weird, because Fernanda, she's very good looking, and then we saw this man, and oh my God, he's a good looking guy too. And the funniest thing is too, if you know Fernanda's type, look at Jonathan, look at Robbie, her ex, look at all these guys she goes out with. This guy looks like a combination of all, 3 or 4 of them. He looks exactly like her type. So she met him, she was blushing, she was smiling, and I was just like, Fernanda, girl, you cannot live, and I guess you can, but I have never heard, well, maybe, but it seems like a long shot to expect that you're gonna start dating someone and immediately be their roommate. Like that could get awkward real quick if the relationship does not work. So yeah, y'all, it's just, so it's not looking good, but she met him. You could see he was feeling her, she was feeling him, and now the thing is, we already know in present day, they're dating, they're together, they're still actually, believe it or not, together. I don't know if they're still living together, I don't really know how that whole thing's going down, but we do know if you go on Fernanda's Instagram, she is still with him, she is public about it, they're still together. So that's that thing. We gotta see, gotta see Danielle. Danielle went on a date with a man who is the perfect guy for her, at least on the surface. Maybe he's a weirdo or something, in real life, but on the surface, he's a nice guy. He wants a real relationship. He's sweet. He's a sweet Midwestern. That's what I love. I just love people from the Midwest. Midwestern people are so nice. Like all the time, I always say this. People from the Midwest are the nicest people you will ever meet in the whole world. And of course, yes, I'm from the Midwest too. But anyway, this freaking guy, he's so nice. Even though he might actually be from Arizona. So anyway, I don't know. Either way you slice it or dice it, the guy's a real nice guy. And he has kind of gone on a couple dates with Danielle. Nothing serious. We got to see them go out. It was great. He got her flowers. He was pulling her chair out for her. He was doing all this stuff. Then Danielle started asking him about his ex-wife. He was calm. He was cool. He answered it. It all made sense. And then he asked her, and then she brought up Mohammed. And of course, what did she do? She started crying. She was emotional. She was upset. And the guy was sitting there like, this is our second date, and you're already crying? And this guy seems so nice and patient and cool. And so I hope to God, he's going to be understanding and whatnot, but I could really see why he wouldn't be. So I don't know what happened. She ran off in a different room, hysterical. I just hope that they can make it work, because if Danielle's gonna have a shot at any kind of a relationship, I guarantee y'all, it'll be with him. And yeah, we gotta see Brittany, dumbest person, and let's backpedal. This is something I would probably do, because I'm a freaking idiot too. I don't know if I'm this dumb, but Brittany, she had the guy from Canada. She wasn't feeling him. She had the guy from Detroit, Terrence. He is smart, charming, sweet, kind. You can't see, it's the good guys or girls in some scenarios that always get away. But see, I think for her, there's something about maybe his looks or something. Maybe it's his height, but there's something holding her back, and she just won't go all in. And so she has this Terrence guy. I think he might be a little short for her. I don't know, but like I was saying, there's something going on. But he's doing everything. He went and got her a pedicure. He's doing this, that. He's such a nice guy. And so they both were like, let's try to make this thing work. Let's do this thing. Then he went back to Detroit. And guess what happened? Brittany started ghosting him. She stopped responding. She stopped reaching out. She just stopped all communication with him. And that's when I was just like, oh my God. And she admitted, though, we have to give Brittany credit. She admitted that was stupid. It was rude. I'm an idiot. She completely came out and said it. She was not holding back whatsoever. But it's still like, Brittany, just go all in. So that's why I think something's holding her back. She was, she's trying to kind of make it work with him again, but we did get to see she actually reaches back out to him. He comes back to Texas, I think, and then he was honestly, he was upset. He was like, listen, last time I saw you, we wanted to be together. We wanted to kind of make this work, and then all of a sudden I leave, and you don't answer my calls, you don't answer my texts. What is going on? So y'all, that was 90 Day Fiance: The Single Life. Pretty good episode. Ed and Liz, I'm still all giddy and happy, even though I don't know why. I wish them well. I didn't think they were gonna be a good couple, and so I did not like them two together. But however, y'all, 90 Day Fiance: Single Life, pretty good episode. Comment below what y'all think. And I really quick want to say really quick, I got an unbelievably overwhelming amount of responses from on my last video. If you didn't hear, a family friend of mine passed, and it's been a bummer. It's been sad. It just really freaking sucks, honestly. And so a bunch of people, I said it at the end of my last video, and I didn't think anyone was still even watching that far, because it was a long video, but I got hundreds of responses, and I just wanted to say thank you guys. I still even just feel, I don't even know, weird. It's just, the whole thing's crazy. So I just wanted to say, everyone, I love you guys. Thank you. You guys mean the world to me. You guys are some of the sweetest people in the entire freaking world, and I love you all. Well, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Please hit that like button, hit the comments below, share, follow, subscribe, all the other buttons too. Any other buttons you see, you might as well just press it too. Well, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and y'all better stay tuned for many more videos.